Hello everyone. So I know I've been here after quite some time. I was away in between for 10 days. So I had been to this Vipassana meditation for 10 long days because I was looking out that I should be going for this practice, but I was not very sure about the time because we need to commit for 10 days at a stretch. And having a family, it sometimes becomes difficult for us to go. So being taken care of everything and that at home, where my husband was really supportive, I took up this step and went to a 10-day course, Vipassana meditation, here in Bangalore. So in Bangalore we have two centers. I took the one which is a little older one because that was more established. It's about 1.5 hours journey from the place that I stay, and the experience was like amazing. To start with, we have to be really determined and be committed to the practice, that yes, I'm going to go and I'm going to finish it and come back, because if we are not determined, we'll not be able to do this. It really requires willpower. Because why do I say this is not because I completed it, but because I've actually seen my co-meditators who left the course in 3rd day, on the 4th day. Now why did that happen? In our daily life, as a meditator myself, I meditate about only about 50 minutes or 1 hour daily. But this is a very, very intense. We have to meditate for 12 hours every single day. Nothing but sit and meditate. It's a beautiful scientific technique that they're going to teach you there, and the technique is basically to focus on 2 tools which we already have. So you don't have to take an external tool to depend on. You just focus on 2 tools that we have existing in our body, and that's what we have to focus on. We have to focus on our breath, and we have to focus on the sensations in our body. The challenging part, it seems like you cannot talk for all these 10 days. You cannot have eye contact with anybody in all these 10 days. You are not going to touch anybody by mistake, and obviously no phones for all the days. So you're completely cut out from the outside world. Now you may feel that, oh my god, how can you even not talk with somebody for 10 days? Trust me, these were the easiest thing to do in the whole 10-day course. Not talking to anybody, not looking eye contact, not looking at anybody, not touching anybody. These are all the easy part. The toughest part was to sit down on the cushion that was provided to you and just close your eyes and focus on the breath and sensation for 12 hours every single day. So we do get breaks after every 1 hour, like you get 5 minutes break, and then you go back and meditate again for another 1 hour, again 5-minute break, plus you are given time for your breakfast and for your lunch. There are 2 meals that's provided in all the centers of Vipassana, and in the evening you'll be given some snacks and puffed rice with some tea. That's all. That's it. And this is for the new students who are going for the first time. Okay, people who are going for the second time, for the third time. I met a lady who was 78 years old in my batch, and she's coming for 20th time. I was like, oh my god, I need to talk to this lady, because she must have found something in this practice that she's coming for 20th time. And my teacher, she is an amazing teacher. And this lady, she's been practicing for 27 years. I asked my teacher, so teacher, how long have you been practicing this? Because you've been teaching so amazingly, you're answering each and every question. How many years have you been practicing? And she said she's practicing from past 27 years. And then there were ladies from other states. So I'm referring as ladies because we had like 2 groups sitting together and meditating, the men's group and the women's group. We were 50 women in the women's group and 50 men. in the men's group. So we have different hostels where ladies stay, men stay in their own hostel, and you are assigned to your teacher, they are assigned to their teacher. You only meditate together, that's all. Plus, to be honest, it's like you are living all by yourself, and all the thing that you have to do there is look inside you, what's happening. Just focus on your breath, focus on your sensations, and yes, and ultimately by the 9th or the 10th day, for example, I felt something different within me, like a flow of energy, I would say. Many feel like a flow of energy, flow of light, white warm light and things like that, but for me it was more of vibrations. Okay, so everybody's experience is different. I can just tell you what I felt, but maybe if you talk to another Vipassana practitioner, meditator, they'll say another experience that they face. So this is what I faced, like I could feel vibrations all around my body, but this happened to me only on the 8th day. I mean, pretty late, because I actually saw some others. We were not allowed to speak anyhow, but later when I spoke to them on the 11th day, we realized that some of my co-meditators felt different things on the 7th day, on the 6th day, and so on. Okay, and so yes, like I said, the science is focusing on these two tools, your breath and your sensations, and to keep knowing and feeling that every sensation that we have in our body, it rises and it vanishes, goes down after some time. Nothing is permanent. They call it anicca. So it's like nothing is permanent in this world. So our good times, I know that's sad that it doesn't last forever, but the truth is our good times are not forever, it will not last forever. Bad times will not last forever. You feel anger towards somebody, you need to observe and notice that it doesn't last forever. So everything, all the sensations in the body also do not last forever. So they get us ready for the outside world only after you realize that the sensations that you feel in your body are also vanishing after some time. They are coming up, rising to the peak and going off. Coming up, rising to the peak and just falling away. And yeah, I mean, the experience was very challenging, to be honest. You have to have the willpower that, oh my God, I'm not going to let this go. I'm going to complete this and go. Otherwise, there are times when the hardest time is about 3rd, 4th or the 5th day. Some of my co-meditators, I saw them feel that thing by the 3rd day itself. Myself, I felt on the 4th day. What did I feel? I felt like running away. I felt like this is not me. This is not meant for me. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Like, this is not me. I should not be here. Maybe some other practice is meant for me, but Vipassana is not meant for me. 12 hours, I mean, for me it was really, really difficult. I'm sure for all my co-meditators it was difficult as well. But if you just manage to pass that particular phase of time where you find it so difficult, for me, I really felt the strength came from Lord Krishna, because I normally believe in Lord Krishna, and I pray to him and I was like, Krishna, please show me the way. I cannot find any way out. You have to show me the way that, how can I deal with this? Should I stick on with this? Should I run away? You cannot make any calls to anybody because you don't have phones. And how will my family member know that I'm not able to cope up with this? So how are they going to contact me and ask me to come back, right? There's no way. So if you're gone there, like, you have to finish it and come back. And then, so every day in the evening we have a discourse, a lecture from Guruji. Guruji is S.N. Goenkaji. And that evening, the discourse that he explained to the whole group was like as if he was talking to me. He was saying that, you just have to hold on and trust the process and just be there for just a little more time. Trust me, things will start settling down. Things will start settling down. And that happened. And I was like, okay, let me just trust the process and go with it. And I didn't run away, I sat there. After that, I wouldn't say like it was super easy to sit for 12 hours every day, but it was easier than before. First 3, 4, 5 days, your body's gonna pain like anything. You'll be like, why did I even come here? Me, as a yoga teacher, as a yoga therapist, I've been teaching, doing therapy classes every single day, and I thought, meditation, must be easy for me. My body must be already ready to sit for these long hours and all. But no, the body pain is not because you do asanas and your body is ready and you don't get pain. No, all the deep emotions, all of these years, all those emotions, those fears that I just shrugged them off all these many years, all those, maybe a feeling of pain or hurt or agony, or losing that loved one, or any kind of emotion that you have had all these years, will show up in the form of sensations in your body. They're going to be pain in every part of your body. They're going to be sensations like burning, itching, everywhere in your body. This happens maximum until the 5th day, until the 4th, 5th day. And then suddenly you'll be like, okay, I'm able to sit longer. For me, it was like, how am I even feeling better? Because on the 3rd day, I felt like my body's going to break. It was so painful, especially my shoulders. There was so much, in pain. I cannot move. Every time they gave us a 5-minute break, I would do some, movement of my shoulders so that I feel easy. And there will be some deep down emotions which show up. So basically, the science is, when you keep focusing, when you do focus on your breath and your sensations and all these emotions that you had buried them long back, they come up on the surface in terms of sensations, okay? And you also might feel emotionally really, really down, because everybody has heavy things that has happened back in the past, isn't it? For me, the weird thing was, long old things like 25 years ago, 30 years ago, which I would have shrugged off at that time, thinking that, oh my God, this happened. Okay, fine, I'll deal with it. Okay, fine, I'm strong, I'll deal with it. I was strong that time, but what did I do? I didn't deal with it. I just put it under the carpet and covered it up, or maybe just put a cement on top of it. I didn't deal with it. Now this was the time they were all surfacing up. And then I realized on the 6th, 7th, 8th day, I could feel that, tears actually rolling down. And I was like, why am I even crying? Why is this happening? Then later that day evening, Guruji again in the discourse, he's explaining. It's completely clear what's happening to us inside, because he's telling all those buried things which you must have covered it up. You never bothered to face them. It's just coming up on the surface and just vanishing from there. It's not going to be a part of your system anymore, because you are observing your sensations, you're observing your emotions as a third person. It's like, I am not angry. When I say I'm angry, I'm not angry. I am feeling anger. I'm feeling anger. So you start to look into things as a third person, like an objectively. Yeah, and it really, really helps. And the beautiful part of this practice is, so this lady, one of the ladies, on the 11th day we were speaking, and this lady came from Chennai. She was coming for the sixth time, yes. And then she asked me, what do you do, and things like that. We're talking a bit. And when I asked, oh my God, you came for the 6th time, so I'm sure you found something in the practice. She said, Kankana, once you start seeing the results, you will not stop practicing this. Now it may seem to you that practicing 2 hours every day, 1 hour in the morning, 1 hour in the evening, how will I even do it? But once you start seeing the results, nobody has to tell you, okay Kankana, sit down, 1 hour in the morning, 1 in the evening, because it will come from yourself, it will come from within that, okay, I have to do this. So yes, After coming back yesterday, I came back from my Vipassana, and yesterday evening was my first practice myself. Yes, it was not that that peaceful like how it used to be there, because that was pure silence in that environment in the ashram. But yes, I could do it yesterday evening 1 hour. Today morning I practiced by my own. I plan to continue doing this. I suppose I can do it. Yes, I can. It's just that I have to stay determined and strong-willed that I'll do it. So, and yes, I would highly recommend every single human being to go and take this Vipassana course. It's absolutely free of cost. So if you have somebody to take care of things back home, like I chose a summer vacation because my son has no school during this time, so my husband could manage things back home. Choose such a time that you have some backup back home, so that you can go for this. Please give it a thought. Go for this. You have ashrams all over the world. Choose any ashram, book it. You have to book 3 months ago, otherwise you may not get the seat. And please go for this. That's my honest review on Vipassana meditation, which I just finished and came. And Guruji gives such beautiful discourses. He also explained us as a householder how we should be practicing Dhamma or Vipassana in our daily life. So I think it makes life a little more easy, teaches how to handle hardships of life and how to maintain equanimity during happy times and sad times. I think it's too much for today. Thank you so much for listening to me. Hari Om.